Greetings, welcome back to the channel Humanity, Facts and Mysteries. Every civilization tells a story about its beginning, about how people learned to build, to write, to rule, and to remember. Most of these stories start with survival, with small communities slowly becoming something larger. But there is one civilization whose story does not begin slowly. It begins fully formed, with cities, with laws, with writing, with astronomy, with kingship, with gods who descended from the sky. They appeared suddenly, in a land that had no previous civilization to prepare the ground. They were the Sumerians. But what if I told you that Sumer was not just the first civilization we know of, but a civilization that already possessed knowledge no one else had at the time? That the foundations of our modern world were not discovered gradually, but inherited from a source we barely understand? Today, we begin another investigation. Not to repeat what textbooks list as firsts, but to uncover what those firsts actually mean. Today we reveal 7 great mysteries of the Sumerian civilization. Prepare yourselves. We begin the immersion. According to official history, the Sumerians were an ancient people who lived in southern Mesopotamia, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, in what is now modern Iraq. Their civilization emerged during the late 4th millennium before the Common Era. They developed the earliest known writing system, cuneiform, built the first true cities such as Uruk and Ur, established complex religious institutions, and created some of the earliest legal and administrative systems. Their language is considered a language isolate, unrelated to Semitic or Indo-European families. The Sumerians practiced a polytheistic religion centered on gods like Anu, Enlil, and Inanna. Over time, they were absorbed by Akkadian-speaking peoples, and their civilization disappeared as a distinct culture. Dossier closed. Facts are impressive, familiar, and yet deeply unsettling, because they raise a question that official history rarely asks. How did the first civilization already know so much? To answer this, we must look deeper. The first mystery is the mystery of origin. Where did the Sumerians come from? Official archaeology admits uncertainty. There is no clear ancestral culture that gradually evolved into Sumer. Instead, advanced cities appear suddenly in the archaeological record. This has troubled historians for over a century. Some scholars, such as Samuel Noah Kramer, acknowledge that Sumerian civilization seemed to arrive without a clear developmental trail. Alternative theories suggest migration from unknown regions. Others propose a convergence of earlier cultures, but the mystery remains. Civilization does not usually appear complete unless knowledge was transferred. The second mystery lies in language. Sumerian has no proven relatives. Linguists tried to connect it to Uralic, Dravidian, even Caucasian languages, all failed. The language structure is unique, agglutinative, precise, designed for administration and abstraction. Writing did not evolve slowly from pictures. It was systematized rapidly. Some researchers argue that cuneiform was not invented for poetry, but for control, accounting, law, time. The true mystery of Sumerian language is that it looks engineered. The third mystery is knowledge. Sumerians understood mathematics far beyond what their era should allow. They used a base 60 system that still governs time and geometry today. They mapped the heavens, named planets, tracked cycles, created calendars accurate enough for agriculture and ritual. Astronomical tablets describe movements that require long observation periods. The question is not whether they observed the sky, it is how long they had been doing it. The fourth mystery is kingship. Sumerian texts claim that kingship descended from the heavens. This phrase appears repeatedly in the Sumerian king list. Official historians dismiss it as myth, symbolism, but the consistency is striking. Kings are described as intermediaries between gods and humans. Rule was not conquest, it was authorization. Some alternative researchers interpret this as a memory of a time when leadership was taught, not seized. The true mystery is not divine rule, it is legitimacy based on knowledge. The fifth mystery is myth. The Epic of Gilgamesh describes a great flood that destroyed the world, long before the biblical version was written. Tablets describe a survivor warned in advance, instructed to build a vessel, and preserve life. Archaeological layers confirm massive flooding in Mesopotamia during prehistoric times. The question is not whether a flood occurred, it is why the Sumerians remembered it so precisely. Myth here is not fantasy, it is compressed history. The sixth mystery is disappearance. Sumer did not fall in a single catastrophe. It faded, absorbed by Akkadians, Babylonians, Assyrians. But something strange happened. Later civilizations preserved Sumerian language as a sacred scholarly tongue long after it ceased to be spoken. Priests and scribes studied it as a language of power and origin. This suggests that even its successors believed Sumer held foundational knowledge. The mystery is that Sumer died politically, but lived intellectually. The seventh and final mystery is inheritance. Law codes, writing, astronomy, mathematics, urban planning, all passed forward. Sumerian ideas became Babylonian, then Greek, then Roman, then modern. We did not invent civilization from nothing, we inherited it. The true secret of Sumer is not that it was first, it is that it became the blueprint. 7 mysteries, 7 keys to understanding the civilization that shaped the human world. The mystery of sudden origin, the mystery of engineered language, the mystery of advanced knowledge, the mystery of heaven-sent kingship, the mystery of flood memory, the mystery of disappearance without loss, and the mystery of inheritance across millennia. We began with a question: how did the first civilization already know so much? Now the answer becomes clear. Sumer did not invent civilization from ignorance, it organized knowledge that already existed. Whether that knowledge came from long-forgotten ancestors, lost cultures, or experiences humanity barely remembers no longer matters. What matters is this: the modern world still runs on Sumerian systems. Our time, our numbers, our cities, our laws. The history of the Sumerians is not ancient history. It is the operating system of civilization. And if that is true, then the greatest mystery is not where Sumer came from. It is what came before it. History still holds many secrets, and this was only one of them. Which civilization should we investigate next? Write your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to Humanity, Facts and Mysteries. And remember, the future is always built on forgotten pasts.